Hi, you guys. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. I feel like I've been gone for so long with the holidays and all the craziness. I was sick the week before the holidays started, so I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to be back. Today, what I'm doing is I'm kicking off the first of my 4 weeks of lives throughout January. They're all going to be a Valentine's Day look. So today we're going to start with a chocolate look. Next week, I'm going to do roses. The week after, I'm going to do a smoky eye. And then the last week of January, I'm going to do a champagne look. So I'm really excited because I know, it's hard to figure out what new eyeshadows you might want to wear and how to blend them and which ones to put together. And so hopefully this series of different makeup looks is going to help you figure out what eyeshadows and what lip combos would look really good on you. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know. I'm always here to help you. So hello, I see some of you hopping on here. As you get on, just make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know that you're watching. I do a weekly giveaway, so I give away one free product every single week from somebody who's in my comments or shared this video. So make sure you let me know if you shared it as well. But hello, Happy New Year. All right, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started with my lips first because I can tell that they're a little dry, and so we're going to start with my lips and then I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow look. So, all right, first things first, I'm going to put on primer, of course, right? Well, actually, I'm going to put on both of my primers. So, hello, Happy New Year, good evening, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put on both my primers first. I'm going to put on my eye primer because I like to give myself a second after I put on the eye primer to make sure it dries before I put on the eyeshadow. So this is the eye primer. It's $12. You just need a tiny little bit. Let me move this. Okay, and then right on top of my eyelid. And it kind of goes on white and it dries nice and clear. I just demoed this yesterday on a live where I showed exactly how different, actually I'll show you it again because it's crazy. If you wear a primer versus no primer, it makes a huge difference, So I'll show you over here. I'll put a little bit of primer. Okay, right here. I'll put a little bit of primer over here and then I'll show you the difference between primer and no primer for your eyeshadow. It makes a huge difference. I also want to know which look are you the most excited about? So I've got 4 looks. First one's going to be chocolate, and then it's roses, and then smoky eye, and then champagne. So which one of those are you the most excited to see? Okay, so like you just saw me put primer right here. So I'm going to go ahead and demo. I'm going to use a dark color so you can definitely see. So I just put on a little bit of the dark color. Here is with no primer. You can see it's a little bit flakier. It's definitely a little bit more see-through. And then I'm going to put on some right where I just put the primer. You see that? It's crazy. It makes a huge difference. You get about 3 times the color when you use primer versus no primer. I mean, if this, like, you just watched me do it. Primer versus no primer. It makes the color stay so much longer. So that's why I love primer so much, is it's actually going to save you so much money in the long run because the primer is going to make you use so much less product. So anyway, that was just the eye primer that I used. $12, and this little tube's going to last you forever. Like, it actually lasts so long. Okay, next I'm going to put on my lip primer. This is anti-aging too. So if you ever worry about wrinkles on your lips, this is going to help with that as well. All right, now I've got my primers on. Now I'm just going to use a nice nude lip because I'm going to be doing some brown eyeshadow today. So the lip color that I chose is Blush Velvet. So this is what it looks like. Isn't that so pretty? It's a semi-matte lipstick, and this is one of my favorite colors. I like it because it's just so neutral and so natural. Okay, so that's the lipstick. That's Blush Velvet. And after this is over, I actually made a little sheet so that you can see all the colors that I used today. So if you have any questions or you want to order exactly what I'm going over today, I'm actually going to post a sheet afterwards so that you can see all the colors that I picked. And now I'm going to put a little lip gloss over the top. And the lip gloss that I'm using is Copper Aurora. So this is a sparkly lip gloss. I always like a little bit of lip gloss over the top of my lipstick. So there it is. It's Blush Velvet with the Copper Aurora on top. Hello, Arlena. Okay, so what do you think about this lip combo? It's one of my favorites. I love the Blush Velvet and anything over the top of it, but especially the Copper Aurora. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, so next I'm going to dive into my eyes. So we're going to do some eyeshadow today. This is the palette that I'm working with. So I already did my cheeks. So these right here, this is the Latte Contour, and then this is the Rosy Nude Blush. So I have already put those on, but then these are the eyeshadow colors that I'm going to be using today. So up here in this top corner, this is Moonstone right here. This one's Moonstone. Then Hazelnut, then Cinnabar. Over here at the bottom, this one's Espresso. Right here is Burnished Bronze, and then one up is Mahogany. So those are the colors that I'm going to show today, and I'm going to show them as I'm going through them, but I just want to make sure I showed you kind of, look at it, doesn't that literally look like a piece of chocolate? Like, it kind of does. It really does look like chocolate, but there's no calories, right? So this is even better than chocolate. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blending brush first, and now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the hazelnut first, and I'm just going to put it on my eye and kind of windshield wiper back and forth with just the hazelnut right now, because this hazelnut's such a nice light color, but it's really great for layering. So right now I just took a little bit of that hazelnut, and I'm just windshield wipering back and forth. So I found right where like your eyeball kind of stops, like right on top of your eyeball, that's where you want to windshield wiper back and forth, because that's going to be your crease, and that's where you're going to like naturally highlight your eye. So it's going to make it look bigger as long as you follow right along that line. So follow right along that line, and this is the first thing that we're going to blend out. Okay, now that we have a little bit of something on there, what I'm going to pick up next is I'm going to pick up the cinnabar, and I'm actually going to go over the same spot that I just went over with that hazelnut, and I just picked up just a touch of this cinnabar, hardly any. And the most important thing is blending. If you watched me before, you know that I am going to preach blending, because that's what makes the biggest difference, and it's going to take your eyeshadow look from like a 5 to a 10. You got to blend it out. All right, so I just added a tiny little bit of cinnabar there. I'm just windshield wipering back and forth, blending it. All right, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my smudger brush, and I'm actually going to pick up Espresso, which is this dark one right here. I'm going to put it underneath my eye. I love browns when I sit down to do my makeup. They're always the thing that I get drawn to the quickest. They're always naturally what I go to is browns. So this one's in my wheelhouse. But then after this, next week we're going to go roses, which is going to be very pink. And then the week after that is smoky eyes, which is gray, which I like grays, but they're definitely not my comfort zone, not nearly as much as browns. Browns are what I live in. And then the last week will be the champagne, which will be like sparkly and bright and golden, and I love those too. So I'm excited for this whole series because I think it's going to be really fun. All these different looks are always really fun. Okay, so I just put a little bit of espresso right underneath my eye just to kind of like make it very known that that's where the bottom of my eye is. So that's just going to kind of help them to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my all over brush again. Actually, I'm not going to take my all over brush. I'm just kidding. I'm going to take my okay, this one's the all over brush. This one's the blending brush. All right, bear with me. I'm going to take my all over brush and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the moonstone. So that's that bright white color. And I want to put that right in the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to put it right underneath my brow bone as well. Right on my brow bone. And I'm going to show you what a difference this makes. Okay, so look at how much of a difference that makes between lightening up that inner corner and not lighting up the inner corner. It makes a really big difference. And then the brow bone, you're not able to really see it, I feel like, as well on camera, but in person, it makes a really big difference when you do put a little bit of sparkle right on that brow bone, just to separate the eyeshadow from where your eyebrow makeup is. So same thing over here, I'm just gonna put it right in that corner. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more of this moonstone and I'm going to just place it right kind of on the very, very tip of my eyelid here. I'm almost done. Next, I'm going to take my all over brush, and what I love to do when I mix eyeshadows, I love to start with matte first and then use sparkles. I like to do that because the matte just kind of stays really nice. It locks in really good. And then the sparkles just like add that little extra pizzazz that I want. So I find that the matte colors hold more pigmentation. And then the sparkles I want to put like on top. So that's at least the way I like to do it. Some people love just matte eyeshadows, and that's totally cool too. I love sparkles though. So I'm going to add a little bit of this burnished bronze right in that same line that I was putting the hazelnut and the cinnabar. And I'm just going to blend, blend, blend. So as I said before, as you guys are hopping on here, make sure you let me know that you're on here. Say hi, drop a comment. I do a weekly giveaway, and everybody who comments gets entered to win. If you share this video, it also gets you double the entries. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, what do you think? All done. So this is my brown to chocolate eye look. We still have to put on some mascara though, so hang on. Bear with me for a second. Again, I'm going to post after this is all over all the colors so you can make sure that you see everything that I use, specifically what colors. Okay, next what I'm going to use is my lash primer. Again, primers are like the best thing you can invest in, I promise. Primers and brushes, those are the two things that I would suggest every single person invest in, especially when you're getting started with makeup. The primers are going to save you so much money down the road. It's also, the primers are going to save your skin and your, well, I mean, in this case, my eyelashes, because it has vitamin E in there too. So it makes sure it strengthens your eyelashes the same time that it's also keeping your mascara on your eyelashes. Hello, you guys. I'm so glad you guys are hopping on here with me. So I also want to tell you, as I'm putting on my mascara and everything, actually, let me curl my eyelashes. I'm going to curl my eyelashes as well. But I wanted to make sure that I talked to you guys about my beauty box too. So I do have, I'll drop that link down in the comments as soon as I'm done with this video. But I do have my January beauty box out right now. It's $55, and that is including shipping and taxes. And this month is really good. So the theme is technically New Year, New Skin, but I'm going to let you in on one of the products that's in there. I'm not going to tell you specifically what product it is, but there might be a foundation in there that you're going to love to try. So I foundation match you, so I make sure that the color looks like it should match your skin, and if it doesn't match your skin, then you just let me know and I just return it for a different color. But we've got some really great foundations, and I've got some awesome tips for you. And what is a better time to try out some new makeup and some new skincare than the very first of the year? So January is New Year, New Skin, and it's going to be a good box. So it's $55. You guys get way over the retail amount. I always make sure my beauty box customers are very spoiled. I make sure that you get I make sure you guys get really good stuff. So if that's something that you want to participate in, I will drop that link down in the comments as soon as I get done. Okay, so I just curled my eyelashes real quick. I love to curl my eyelashes just 5-6 seconds, that's all, to make sure that they are all standing up straight. Because you know how sometimes they're like sticking out randomly? They're all over the place. So I find if I curl my eyelashes, it makes the mascara process a whole lot easier, because my eyelashes definitely do not stand straight up like this naturally. I have to curl them to get that where they stand up naturally, because otherwise I also noticed that they kind of just stick straight out, which is fine. I mean, it's not terrible, but I like when they stick up a lot more, so it makes it look like I have lashes, right? So I like the eyelash curler, and if you want one of those, you just have to let me know, because it's still, I believe I can still order them online. I know I have a couple behind me in my stock too. So anyway, I know I have a couple online, I know I have a couple in stock, but online it technically shows that they are sold out. So if you want those, just let me know. They're $12, and it's so worth it. This one I've had since last year, because they came out last year too. So I didn't even have to buy a new one this year. It just still worked from last year. And this mascara that I'm using is Lash Intensity, and I like this because of the bristles. So if you see here, the bristles, some of them are shorter and some of them are longer. So the longer ones are going to help lengthen your eyelashes, where the short stubby ones are going to help widen your lashes. So I love that this is kind of like a dual mascara. It was actually the first dual mascara to ever come out on the market as well. So thank you, Mary Kay, and their technology. It's been out for like 3 or 4 years now. And so about when I came into Mary Kay. And it's been my favorite ever since, although the Lash Fan Aroma does rival it. I love the Lash Fan Aroma too. That's a really good one. Okay, so I just put 2 coats of mascara on. I'm just going to go through one more time. And I'm also going to get these bottom lashes, just barely touching those bottom lashes, because if you touch them too hard, then you'll get mascara all underneath your eye. Okay. Boom, that's the look. So week 1 is the chocolate look. What do you think? Do you like the lips? Do you like the eye colors? I hope you guys like week 1. Chocolate, I love the chocolate. Like I said, next week I'll be back with the rose look. Then the 3rd week will be smoky eye. And then the last week will be the champagne look. So these are all looks kind of centered around Valentine's Day, but not necessarily. You definitely don't have to just wear this look for Valentine's Day or buy this palette for Valentine's Day. They are beautiful combinations to wear every single day. So again, this was the chocolate look that I went over today. And like I said, if you want my beauty box, I'm going to drop that link right down in the comments. My link to shop is right up above. It's marykay.com/Wade. And then the last thing I wanted to remind you of, if you're not part of my customer group, make sure you join my customer group. It's called Beautifully You with Madeline Wade, because on January 17th, I am having a Shake Up Your Makeup event in my customer group, and it's going to be really fun. I'm going to go through all the makeup items that we have, how long they last, how long they should be on your shelf, all the things that maybe it's like kind of a spring cleaning, brand new year, time to really look at your makeup bag and see, what should we ditch? What should we keep? And what do we need to replace? So I'll have lots of deals, steals, fun things, games, all the things. So join me on the 17th in my customer group, Beautifully You with Madeline Wade, on the 17th at 7 p.m. to shake up your makeup bag. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with me tonight. I'm so glad I'm back, and I can't wait for the next 3 weeks of Valentine's Day looks with you guys. So make sure you leave me a comment. If you're watching this as a replay, make sure you leave a comment so I can enter you in to win our drawing. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye!